How's it going, everyone? We're out here with our little scale crawlers, and I figured it'd be a good time to do a little comparison between the SCX10ii Blazer and the Deadbolt. So we're gonna go over some of the similarities and some of the differences here, just so you can kind of gauge what the difference is and what you're getting on the Blazer, because it comes in at $120 more at $419, where we picked up this Deadbolt for $300. So we're going to show some of the differences, and let's just get into it. Okay, so one of the first differences here is the link system. The Deadbolt uses these plastic links, whereas the Blazer is full metal steel links here. So you can see the differences here with the links. The next difference is the Blazer uses the AE5L ESC, which you can run on 3S, and it only uses the AE5 on the Deadbolt, which it does not say you can run 3S on the Deadbolt. So I would not recommend doing that. As far as wheelbase goes, they both share the 12-inch wheelbase, but the Deadbolt is going to be a tiny bit more narrow than the Blazer. They both have the same transmission, and they're both running the same axles as far as I know. I looked it up, and they are the AR44 axles. You can see here, you can see the difference in width right there. So those are just really the main differences in the truck. The Blazer has the sliders here. The Deadbolt is rocking no sliders, but pretty much everything else is identical as far as the truck goes. Really, the differences just come into the body. So you've got this bumper and this rear bumper, whereas you have the CRC bumper on the Deadbolt, and it is running no bumper in the rear, but it does have the brace in between the chassis. So the crawling differences really are going to be your approach and departure angle. The Deadbolt actually has a much better approach angle with this stubby bumper on here, because the body does not overhang, so you get, quite a bit actually better approach angle. So when you're crawling, that does come in handy. Okay, so you can see that I have the different wheels on my Blazer. I went ahead and put those incision wheels on, but this is the stock wheel and tire combo here. These are the Falcon Wild Peak MTs. The Deadbolt is running these Nitto trail grapplers. The compounds feel the same. They're vented with whatever foam they are running in there. For RTR tires, they do okay, but I always recommend wheels and tires is the best thing to do an upgrade on. That's going to give you the best performance, I think, right out of the box, is just swapping out for a better wheel and tire combo. Another difference here is the ground clearance. You have 3 inches on the Blazer, and the Deadbolt is rated at 2.7. So it's not a significant amount, but if you're looking at specs, that is something that you will see, that the Blazer is going to give you a little bit more overall ground clearance underneath. So something else that you can see here is these lights are the same, but on the Blazer, these ones come wired up, and these will be working right from the factory, whereas these ones are just on there. You'll have to put the LEDs in and wire them up. They do not function. The Blazer has functioning lights. I mean, overall, I definitely would recommend these trucks to anyone. If you are on a budget, the Deadbolt is definitely not a bad choice. I don't think that you'd get the Deadbolt and say, oh man, I wish I would have got the Blazer body. Oh, those metal links are they're coming so much better. You could actually upgrade some of these things and get to the status of this truck rather easy, and for $100 less. Where the detail is going to come in is with that Blazer body, and I'll just show it a little bit so you can get a little bit more of the detail. So this is the Blazer body, and I think that this is where some of the costs might be coming in, because as far as the truck goes, this really metal links and that slightly different ESC. I don't know the price difference if you were to buy the ESC separately, what the difference between the L and the regular is, but I think the body here with the molded grill and the light buckets, you got windshield wipers, you got these mirrors, you got these little door handles, and you got a bigger roll cage. Plus on the bumper, those lights are functional. But on the inside, you can see the mirrors and door handles just go on with these little pins. So there are a few things here that I think change the cost. So you could get the Deadbolt, upgrade to metal links, and you pretty much have the same truck, and you could probably buy a body. It might not be quite as detailed as this, but you could essentially swap that out for anything you wanted in a 12-inch wheelbase. All right, so that's going to be it for the talk part of this video, I guess. So we're going to just do some crawling with these rigs, and you can get a good look at them. And I'm going to try to find some rocks and kind of show that approach and departure angle difference, just so you can kind of gauge more what it looks like. Okay, so here is the approach angle I was talking about. So now the Deadbolt will be able to climb right up this rock, so the Blazer is going to hit. So you can watch as the Deadbolt will crawl right up that rock, and it has no issues. So now you can see the Blazer, as it gets close, the bumper is going to hit, and it's going to hold me back. Now obviously I could turn the wheels and get an angle and get on it, and that's part of the challenge of running this Blazer body, is you have to take some different angles to get over the same kind of obstacles. So yeah, this truck is the more expensive one, but really that Deadbolt will climb right up and over that rock a lot easier. So close. There you go, nice.